Welcome to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 192, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers that like to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on all podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love. Do us a favor, give us a like, a follow, or subscribe to our YouTube channel, the CFG channel, or on our Twitch page, CFG Games, or go to our main website, confreaksgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
Good news, my t-shirt for the CFG Games is coming out. I just sent them. I think that's the final draft. I'm not even sure, but I got approval for it. So if you guys were wondering why I didn't have a shirt yet, don't worry, it's coming. I played an interesting game this week. It was called Inside the Back Rooms. It's been around for a while. It's fantastic. I like it. The puzzles are good. They're complicated, which I appreciate. I played with Miss Nightmare. And of course the Spoopy crew, and we had a lot of fun playing that. It was great. I also played a little bit of Mr. Hop's Playhouse 3. Got frustrated with that and was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to Among the Sleep. I beat that. I beat the prologue. It was very good. That's also an older game. And I will be going back and finishing Mr. Hop's Playhouse. And then until spooky season ends, we're going to replay Lost in Random. So I'm very excited. But we're also going to be talking about some new spooky games coming out. Not this year, I don't think. But I'm excited for those too.
You're probably, I think the next game you're really waiting on that's coming out very soon is Alan Wake. So,
yes,
yeah.
28th.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that October? It's October 28th?
28th. They pushed it back
right?
2 weeks, I believe. I thought it was coming out the 2nd or the 17th. Those are the two dates that are like sticking in my mind. But yeah, they pushed it back to the 28th, which kind of sucks because that's my youngest godkid's birthday. And if her birthday party is on that day, I might have to come up with an excuse on why I can't be there. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. So yeah, until Alan Wake 2 comes out, I think I'm gonna replay some Lost in Random.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a plan, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
so
but
cute.
yeah. Hey, but Lex,
Yes.
do you know the person who I think it's gonna take 2 years for him to beat Final Fantasy 16?
That's not true.
I know. His name is
The 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What's going on, my dude? It is very true, by the way.
It is not true at all. I'm at 95%. Big hearts real quick to Lenny Bean over on Twitch for the raid. Welcome in, y'all. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. This was my last week at the RJ, so I finished up. It was super sweet. We recorded in the studio on Monday for LAN parties. So I got to say my peace outs, and Lucas had contacted a bunch of our former guests and put together a video of well wishes and stuff like that, which was really sweet.
My God.
I know. It was so sweet. Again, I posted on my social medias that video. But yeah, that was good. You know, I've kind of been playing the First Ascendant. I've been enjoying that. We streamed it last night actually as well, which we had some issues, but we were able to get through it and whatnot. So that was dope. And then did some stuff with there was the Valhalla Esports Training Center out here that they had their grand opening, so I went and popped over there and hung out there for a bit as well. So that was dope. And then I got some stuff coming down the pipeline here starting next week. So no, I officially don't have a job, and we're gonna be doing. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. I'm excited. It's going to be awesome.
It's a brand new adventure, and it's like you're definitely hyped to, it's kind of it's kind of funny. It's like, when you have those situations where it's like you think it's like at its worst, but then really it's definitely a blessing in disguise. I think
absolutely.
I think your situation is definitely along that line. So yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, definitely. And I did see the video, and I really love the fact that the dude who played the main dude in Ghost of Tsushima was there. That was hilarious. But what I loved was there was that girl who didn't even get the name of your pot of your show.
Was it Sandra? It was Sandra. She posted something. It was like, I said, what are the Ian parties or something? She said,
oh no, that's hilarious.
She was at Universal or like literally the Millennium Falcon was behind her. It was awesome.
I was like, at first when she said it, I was like, did she say Ian party or? I was
oh my goodness!
I loved
fantastic.
It. I was I'm glad I wasn't the only one that picked that up, but I was just like, Ian party. What the heck is that?
No, she totally posted saying something like, I don't know why. She's like, I said it right in my head. I don't know why.
Oh,
it was Sandra Sad. Yeah, she was the voice of Miss Marvel in the Avengers game. Yeah. Yeah. Great people. Yeah, it was fantastic. So a new chapter begins. Not only that, but it's crazy because my birthday's here in like a couple of weeks and I turn 40. So it's not only a new chapter in life professionally, but just in life in general, hitting another decade, is crazy to think about.
It's really crazy to think about. I definitely understand. Hey, yeah. I've been there. I was there several months ago, so I definitely understand where you're feeling there. Right there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What about you though, brother? How was your week, man?
Man, I've been doing stuff and things as always, man. I'm always on the move, doing always a lot of busy stuff here. But it's funny. So I've been watching a lot of TGS coverage to this week. And I was just thinking to myself, man, I really want to go there again. It's such a great event.
I would love to go there.
To go all the way to Japan and do it, and it's just like it's ridiculous. Like seriously, it's a one of a kind like place to go to do, and I would definitely urge it. That should be like on the bucket list for you to get the opportunity.
Oh, for sure,
to do
dude.
It. It was very fun. Man, dude, it's just overwhelming. There's just so much, like so many games coming out. I've been just trying to keep up with everything. I watched the NIS stream this week too. Got hyped because there's a new Trails of Cold Trails game that's coming out that I'm definitely going to be picking up. I've just been I haven't even had time to be gushing over Baldur's Gate 3 this week. I've just been really busy with doing other stuff. Yeah. What?
I know. I don't know when I'm going to play that game again, dude. No, that's not true. I know I'm going to get it in. I just know I need time to be able to put in a good session and whatnot. But like right now, again, First Ascendant I've been playing, and obviously Marvel Snap. I'm so close to 90, dude. It's happening again where I get to 89 and then like I'll lose like multiple and I'm just like, what's going on, dude? Why you let me get 90, please?
Yeah.
Please.
Don't worry, Smee. Look at it this way. At least the good news is I got rank 100. So there you go.
Davis got it. Davis is over here. You can officially hold tournaments if you wanted to.
I can't.
I just wanted so I can officially hold tournaments.
Yes. Yeah, so there you go.
That's like I'm in their official Discord, and that's like a thing. Like you have to have at least hit infinite once, and then they'll promote. There's a possibility of them promoting your tournament and stuff like that. So like, I'd love to be able to do that and do more of those tournaments and really build out the production for that, dude. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and that's something that we got.
If you can find the voice actor that says "snap," that'd be perfect too.
Snap.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Maybe we'll do that. We'll have guest announcers come on during the tournaments as well. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I think that's something.
You know what you should do, and this is what you should definitely do. If you get a chance to change the dub to French. And I think you will love that too, because I did that.
What is it in French?
It still says snap, but the way he says it is perfect. It's great. I love it.
I gotta hear that. I have not heard that.
It is great. It's not as good as the American one, in my opinion, but it's still good. Nightmare Wolf says they got excited to see Liza P was out. Yeah, Liza P is it's going to be an under radar game. I think it's a very, very good game. 30 something. It took me 37 hours to beat. you're
You
muted
played
still.
it?
Yeah. I reviewed it. I reviewed it. Oh yeah. I reviewed it on our website. Shameless plug.
I almost bought it. It looks so good,
no
but
shameless plug.
it's not one of those games that I'll be able to get through without like breaking my keyboard. So to me, I'm so stressed. I don't need another stressor.
I will say this though, this game is a lot easier than the Dark Souls or Elden Ring and stuff. So it's like it's actually it would actually be a good introductory game to play if you're not into those Souls-like games, or if you haven't played a lot of Souls-like.
Dark Souls.
Well, I mean, Dark Souls is frustrating because of it's hard. Yeah. Its difficulty was hard, but this is not as hard as any of them. So, like, I will say that.
No, it looks grindy though. Yeah. So I don't know if I can do grindy anymore.
It's definitely a good game though. So definitely check it out. Diamond Wolf, I hope you play it too. I think you would definitely enjoy it. But anyways, I know y'all don't want to be talking about the rigmaroles of Souls-like, and sure as hell don't want to ask me about it because it took me forever. So let's go through the rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games through the previous week. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry, and we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Kick to be a part of the conversation as always. So if there's something you're wanting to chime in about, by all means, just type it inside the chat. We would love for you to discuss it with us, and we will sometimes be able to pull it out and just shoot it out on the podcast itself. So anyways, let's get this party started. Since I've done it 2 weeks in a row, I will start off with Smitty. What are you bringing to the table this week? You're starting it off, baby.
Yeah. Well, we got to talk about it. I feel like let's talk about a good redemption arc here in Cyberpunk. Phantom Liberty just dropped. That is the 2.0 update. I have been waiting for this. I believe it's got what's that dude's name? Idris Elba as a character in this as well. The complete revamp. This is what I believe they aspired to do when Cyberpunk 2077 came out. Clearly, they did not have enough time to get this in, which is unfortunate because it would out of the gate, it would have been amazing. But they have done some amazing things. I want to read directly from their website. This little quote here, but they say the free as well update 2.0 for Cyberpunk 2077 is being rolled out on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Notice no PlayStation 4. It brings an overhaul to a number of gameplay mechanics and core game features, such as the police system and perk trees, along with various fixes and improvements. These changes apply to the base game and are available to all players on PC and current gen consoles free of charge. There's more to come on September 26th for owners of the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion. And just going into some of the changes, like they said, they've got a whole new police system. The NCPD will chase you when you commit a crime, whether on foot or in a vehicle. So it's like going to be like real police. When you do something, they will come after you. There is now vehicle combat, so you'll be able to do things, drive-bys, stuff like that. Like, again, just expanding the sandbox of this game and what you can do. One of the most important parts I think that they've made change-wise is their combat AI enhancements. So that was something that I was saying about the First Descendant last night. Obviously, it's a beta, but their AI, like, it's terrible. Like, those things run right at you. They don't like really try to hide. Like, some will, but like it's not there yet. But the fact that this, again, they are making this game so lifelike with building these mechanics and utilizing AI into it, I think is going to be fantastic. Like, I still haven't jumped in yet just because my time has been, in other places and prepping and whatnot. But there are so many, like, this is robust. This is, I believe, what they wanted to happen out the gate here. So if you have not had the chance yet, or you were thinking about getting it, or you already have it, I think it's the perfect time to start a new character, do a new build, because there's changes going from the original story into this, and as opposed to using a character that you already have. So I think I'm just going to build out a whole new character, run it again, and just enjoy it. I am really, really excited to jump in. I think now's the time, if you wanted to get into it and you want a good like adult freaking game like this, dude, like this is the game. So what are your guys' thoughts? Yeah, this has got me hyped.
Well, first off, the DLC is free, so if you have the game, it automatically comes, or do you have to pay extra for the DLC?
It's free.
Okay, so this is okay. So and this is the only DLC that they're releasing for this game, correct?
But yes, so I think what will happen is I think a Cyberpunk 2077 2 will happen with the learned mistakes. They're basically just building out the infrastructure, I think, for what the second one is going to be.
Okay. I mean, like, I'm looking at, so like, I'm watching the video right now, and I'm seeing how this look, I mean, like,
looks fantastic.
2 years. I mean, it's only been a 2 year, like, the difference when the game came out was 2 years ago, and then the difference of the cinematic to now, it's such a big difference. It's not even funny, you know? Like, so, like, for what I'm like, well, this is the cinematic trailer. I haven't seen the gameplay yet because I haven't played Cyberpunk yet.
Gameplay is gorgeous, dude. Like, and they really worked on being able to utilize the graphics, and I think they opened it up for HDR on something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they definitely put in enhancements in terms of the graphics. This is the game that they wish that they had released. We now know they needed another 2 years to complete the game. That's what that tells me. You know,
well, I mean, like I said, like I kind of feel like they got a bad rap when the game did come out. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it wasn't complete to what they were wanting, to the standards that they were hyping themselves up to. Don't get me wrong. They were wrong on that, but it wasn't as bad as like it was. The game was a lemon when it came out. Then like, you know, like it didn't need a redeeming arc like what like No Man's Sky did. So
talk to PS4 owners, my friend.
That's like I said, like that's because they lied.
I feel like they will disagree.
They lied. They basically lied on the way the PS4 and the previous generation through PS4 and Xbox One did. But like I'm talking about for current system, like how it was for PS5, was for Xbox Series S and X when it came out, and it was for PC. Even though PC and stuff had those weird, crazy glitches still to it, it still wasn't like this game was underwhelming. It wasn't. I mean, the big difference is that I'm assuming this update, like you were saying, that they did this DLC isn't on the previous gen systems at all, right? Like it's going to be
not at all. Not only that, but they mentioned that they said an SSD is now required to run the game.
Oh, okay.
So if you have this game, like they are not playing around, but like that's part of the graphic upgrades and things like that they've done. It just will run smooth. It doesn't run on an HDD. Basically, you have to do it on a solid state.
Right. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just saying that, like, I mean, it's cool. I mean, they did, so I don't give this game like the redemption arc, like No Man's Sky. They did. Don't get me wrong. They did screw up at the beginning of when it first came out, and they definitely had an uphill battle to redeem themselves on, like, you know, the people's trust and community towards it, but. Like for the most part, the game was still the game. Like they didn't have to do any drastic changes of the game itself for them to pivot out. Just better enhancements later on for its like, you know, length of the time. But this game definitely this game is definitely on my playlist. The only reason why I haven't played it was because like is the exact same reason why you haven't played it yet, Smitty. And it's just because I've been too hella busy. I've just been way too busy, way too many games, just to indulge myself with this kind of game again. So I will eventually get to it, and when I do, I'm going to be probably fully like all in. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All in for it. What about you, Lex? What do you think?
So it's on my to-do list. It's on my playlist. I don't have an SSD, and so I was always like, I'll just wait. I believe prior to the game coming out, if I'm not mistaken, I discussed a disabled gamer like myself who does have seizures, and they played through the entire game and had multiple seizures during a time where like you switch.
Yeah, I
And
know
there's this like
exactly.
weird little like animation thing that kind of happens. They had multiple seizures. They did have somebody there with them to keep an eye on them and all that stuff, of course, because they know that that was a possibility. They still enjoyed the game. I know hundreds of people who love the game. Dust has played the game, I think twice, if I'm not mistaken. He loved it. I didn't watch him play too much because again, it's on my playlist, and when I really want to play something, the commercials or ads that I've seen for it, that's enough. I don't want to see any more. I don't want to know any more details. I want to be genuinely surprised. I want it to be a new experience for me. I don't want to be like, I wonder when XYZ is going to happen.
Yeah.
I want to keep it a surprise. The the brain fart. My brain died. What you guys just showed with Idris Elba looks amazing. If I didn't know that that was the animation, I mean, what you can kind of tell with the girl with the basically my brain parts in the back, but other than that, it looks fantastic. I definitely Cyberpunk. We're talking about Cyberpunk. He just walked up after the investigation of broken glass sound from downstairs. I definitely want to play this at some point. I, of course, will have Dust with me to make sure that I don't fall out of my chair or anything. I don't think that'll happen. But yeah, no, it looks fantastic. I will play Cyberpunk at some point, and I will play the DLC. It looks amazing. I just don't know when that is. Maybe after spooky season, because I've got a lot on my plate at the moment.
Yeah,
but it looks amazing. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of trouble with Cyberpunk, but honestly, I don't think the game was a lemon when it came out. I think that because of the advertisement, and someone stated it really well up top, that they kind of oversold the game. I think if they hadn't done that, I think it would have gotten a higher rating than what it did. But whatever, let them redeem themselves. I think they're a great company. I think what they put out was great. It's better than most of the games that have been put out now. I mean, compared to Redfall, that's a 10 out of 10 game, right? So, at this point, if they re-released Cyberpunk, they were like, we fixed it. Even if they didn't, we'd all be like, wow, this is great, So
I'm messing around with it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hi on YouTube says, I don't know if it was hi. I know that could be very confusing there. Says, you guys need to play it. I've been waiting 2 years for y'all's opinion. I know. Yeah, Smitty, you guys need to play it.
I played through the story though. I did play through the story.
I'm just
and I had done some things. Yeah, I'm gonna start a new character and just start over fresh and run through it again for sure. I just need to finish Final Fantasy 16. I'm literally 95%. I'm finishing it this week.
Only in the first chapter.
I'm finishing. No, I'm not. I am almost done with the game. I will finish it this weekend, and I'll tell you guys if I cry or not.
So for my opinion,
that's how I judge things.
I'll give you what my partner said, because he and I feel very much the same on games. He loved it, so I have a feeling I will also love it as well. So, but when I play it high, I will message you and let you know.
Yes. So that I just need to like once things kind of I'm just gonna level with you. There's too many RPGs that I'm wanting to play at the same time. You know what? Same. You know what I probably will do to make it an incentive for me to play? If I play this, I think I would stream it. Because that would probably be the only way I would do it. Like, I'd probably be willing to do it because this is, I mean, and if it's a game that's big enough for you to decide to go back on, Smitty, especially in an older game like this, it's been out for 2 years, and you're willing to play it. That tells me that you are really, I mean, that you definitely are involved in it. So especially goes through it. What's up?
Do we know? Does it? I would assume it's got a colorblind setting, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
does it?
I think they have a pretty in-depth accessibility.
That's what I thought.
Menus and stuff.
I'm purple colorblind. I found out. So purple, blue. So as long as I can get that squared away and the writing not being white to where I have to
Right.
have someone sitting here be a narrator for me, I think I'm good. So
I think
Yeah.
maybe there has to be. Well, the big thing I want to try out, especially for the for this game, is there are some crazy cool mods in this game though too. So I'm sure that there's possible also good mods that might make things a little bit easier and accessibility. Accessibility if it isn't automatically available, like changing, like, because the biggest thing I think the easiest thing a person could easily do for accessibility is give you the chance to change the color of the font. Would be the best thing. Would be
for
like
the love of Christmas, please.
the simplest one of them all, I would say, because like white font is good, maybe good, but yellow font is probably one of the best. It's the best color for font because it sticks out. So yeah, so please.
And I think games don't do it because of aesthetics purposes. Screw your aesthetics. I can't read it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get a headache because I'm trying to squint and it sounds like I'm illiterate as I'm trying to read it. Don't do that to me, please.
Yeah, that's all good. But no, like I think we're gonna definitely get, like, I can't wait to see, like, the view of this game looks really, really good. Don't get me wrong. The cinematic of the video looks really good. Do you know the things that they're adding in this expansion? Like, are they adding anything like a new class and new, like, like a new job?
There's lots
that you can do.
So I know that there's a focus on their net running changes. Added perks to expand net running capabilities. For example, a new overclock mode allows you to upload quick hacks by consuming health if you have insufficient RAM. You can also acquire the ability to queue multiple quick hacks on a single enemy, rebalance RAM cost, rebalance damage and upload times. They did some changes to the grenades and health stuff. Stamina is no longer drained when you're running out of combat, which is awesome because that was kind of annoying. Rebalance the base game's main boss fights, armor penetration. I mean, dude, there's perks and skills. Looks like we merged the previous skills into 5 new ones: Headhunter, Netrunner, Shinobi, Solo, and Engineer. So dude, it's comprehensive. The cyberware, weapon balance changes, added smoke grenades.
Wow, so they did all this for all for free, which is $3.99. You can never say no to, so there we go.
Absolutely. Traffic. They made changes to the NPC vehicles, can now switch lanes to avoid obstacles. Pedestrians will now try to avoid running into moving vehicles.
Oh, actually,
that's hilarious. All kinds of things. Like, it's a living city. They made it a living city.
Get out of my way.
That's funny.
My light is green.
But the cops will now come after you for doing traffic infractions.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Then Piggy's gonna get pew-pewed by me, though.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know. Their cops are they're pretty brutal. Their cops are pretty brutal, and then they start coming out, and it's kind of like a GTA like level system where like they get like the levels go higher and higher the more crimes you commit. So like they'll have the whole ass force on you.
Great.
They got robots and stuff, son. It's cyberpunk, baby.
I'll go invisible. It's fine.
Very nice.
That's true.
All right. Hey, Lex.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you bringing to the table?
You got it, sir. So you guys know I love the horror, the creepy, the creepier, the better. And it's funny because I was looking at a game that I thought my partner would be into because he is very much into H.P. Lovecraft. And then I looked at it and I was like, this isn't very scary. So creepy new game combines romance and horror. Say less. I am in it. So this game was featured at Tokyo Game Show 2023. And basically the rundown of this game, it's called Homicipher. So like homicide, but Homicipher. So it's a new game. It combines horror and romance genres, offering players a genuinely scary experience with a charming twist. Please tell me you fall in love with a zombie or a ghost, because I am in. The game involves language decoding. So essentially, you speak a different language than every character you meet.
That's cool.
So the horror elements and escaping, where players must be cautious with their communication with mysterious characters to avoid death. So like you may come in contact with someone who, I don't know, has knives for hand, right? And you smile at him. that might be the wrong move and you might get stabby to death. So even if you're not in the process of decoding, it looks like you have to come up with some sort of physical response to whatever this person is telling you. So they do have a free demo right now. And the prologue for Homicipher, which is, of course, part of the free demo, has received a 99% approval rating on Steam.
Oh, wow.
Shut up and take my money. So I'm trying to see if there's any other information.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, more or less the article really talks about more like other games that were shown at this showcase, like Xbox Game Pass even confirmed the 2 big Sega games, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. It aims to be genuinely scary while simultaneously tying in a charming aspect. So yeah, it's and I'm curious what they mean by a charming aspect. I have no idea, but it looks really scary. I know you guys can't hear the music for obvious copyright reasons. We have to be, safe and not play it. But I had my level for YouTube videos that I was watching earlier of someone speaking to me in this type of manner. And the volume that came through for this spooky music was intense. It just looks so good. I love puzzle games, and I love horror puzzle games. We know this. So giving me something that's now language based and I have to decipher a code, oh, sign me up. I'm stoked. I was curious what you guys thought. I know you're not in the horror genre, of course, but we all here can appreciate games for what they are, even if they're not our cup of tea, So
I added it. I added the prologue.
Oh, did you?
I'll check it out. That seemed... David's just like... I'll check it out. It seems pretty cool. It seems interesting.
I mean, honestly, and for you guys, y'all don't know this. Smitty recently was like, "Hey, I need you to play TCM with me because it's really scary."
I can't do it. I can't do it.
That. You still have to play Labyrinthine with me too.
I know.
We're gonna have to set up some days coming up here soon, especially for spooky season. But will you play this, Smitty? Honestly, you think you'll get through?
I might. I mean, I put it in my thing. Let's see if I get around to it.
I put it at least
that's the first step.
You know what?
It seems interesting.
Might be a good game for you and Kat to play. She helps you decipher while you do the movements.
That's true. That is true.
You should do. What's it called? I'm looking at the reviews of this game, and right now, because of the prologue, it's very positive. It looks like 500 people so far for a game that just probably was just announced. Pretty good. I mean, but but for me, I'm gonna have to respectfully pass because of it. But it's the idea of it, but the idea and the concept of it is a very very good interesting concept.
It's different.
It's a very different way
different.
very different way of experiencing a horror, and let alone telling a weird story and stuff. I'm trying to find out who the developer is. That's one thing.
It's Lawn. Oh no, maybe that's for the other game that I was looking at. Was
Gamera Games.
That
song, Yacht Song.
Well, and what's interesting, if any of you guys are Trekkies like myself, like what they show you is what the language you have to decipher. It looks very Klingon. It does. It looks like Klingon. I was like, wait a minute, I'll be able to get through this game in 5 minutes.
I've seen this before. I know this. It's constant.
Decipher it wrong and die.
I guess I guess the one thing I would probably wish is to kind of see the gameplay itself. Like, is this because the video looks kind of like graphic novel-y in a way.
And that's the only reason I'd be able to get through it.
Oh, because you don't want
because scary.
Because the graphic. Yeah, if you're going to see still frames, right? Yeah. But like I wish they could kind of show a little bit more of the play itself, but
right,
I think it was. But other than that, the idea, the concept that it's HP Lovecraftian. I mean, I don't see why not.
No, this one is not.
Oh, it isn't?
The other one was Love,
the other
HP
one was right.
Lovecraftian, and then they suggested this as well because this is also coming out. You know what it reminds me of, and if any of you guys have played it, Song of Horror. So I kind of, with the stills that they're showing, I think the gameplay will be similar of like Songs of Horror. That's just my opinion. That's my initial thought. If you haven't played it, oh my God, Songs of Horror it's phenomenal. It's so good. And that's also a puzzle game.
Didn't I refer that one to you, or did I do, was it a different one? Was it World of Horror? I don't know. It's black and white.
Wait, that you played with me?
No, that I suggested for you to play. You liked it.
You requested me to play Song of Horror.
That's what it was. Okay.
And the first chapter was the only one that had come out. It's not all in black and white, only partially. But yeah, it's definitely spooky. It's terrifying, and it lulls you into this safe security kind of feel. And I kind of feel like that's where this game is headed. So I am intrigued. I know my spooky crew, if you guys are here, this will be on our wish list. It doesn't say, I may be wrong. Maybe I did read it. I don't know if this is a solo experience or if you can play with others, but I'm intrigued. But I know that.
This looks like it would be, well,
it looks like it would be a solo game.
Yeah,
but so did Song of Horror. They ended up, once they came out with the second chapter, you could play with other people. You could go back and play the first chapter, and I think you could have a team of up to 4 or 5 people.
Wow, nice, very nice.
I need to go back and play Song of Horror too. That game's fantastic. But I won't keep you waiting. I know Davis is on a tight schedule. So Davis, what's your topic for today, sir?
Well, I was gonna say Liddy Bean was also going to ask you, did you guys see the live action Five Nights at Freddy trailer?
Of course I did.
There's a trailer out for it?
I will be seeing that in 4D where the chairs move with you. Please let me get punched by an animatronic.
It's coming to the movie theaters?
It's coming. Of course it is. It's going to be a blockbuster hit.
Oh.
It's not going to be a blockbuster.
Yes.
You don't think so?
Nah.
You don't just because you don't play it, you don't understand the fandom.
I feel like it totally has like a cult following.
Oh,
it does have a cult following.
It's going to be in theaters.
But you know also had a cult following too? Scott Pilgrim. And
your mom?
My mom doesn't have a cult following. She isn't that
you know of.
You see my mom on an OF, I'll be like, oh my
Scott
God.
Pilgrim was fantastic.
But it wasn't
terrible.
It did terrible in theaters, but it got the following. Yeah, it did terrible in theaters. That's why
it
did do terrible in theaters.
Well, I think too, like okay, we could get into it, but I don't think they did a lot of advertising, and I think that's the issue. Whereas I feel like they're already advertising Five Nights at Freddy's like crazy. It came up to be fair Hulu though, the other night.
Yeah, but to be fair though, like theater sales now, it's really tough to be very good to get good sales in theaters though now, in my opinion.
I feel like you're underestimating how much little kids know about Five Nights at Freddy and that stuff. Dude, because a lot of that stuff is incorporated into like YouTube videos and stuff like that, so they're familiar with the characters. I actually think it's gonna do a lot better than you may think.
I had a 6-year-old.
Rated R? Is the film going to be rated R?
I don't think so.
I think it's PG-13, right?
I think so. I had a 6-year-old sit me down and tell me all of the lore and what I was wrong in.
Yeah.
And that I didn't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, which I totally disagreed with. And some of their lore was incorrect, but that's okay. I wasn't going to argue with her. That would not have been productive to have her cry, because I would have been like, "Shut up! You don't know anything." No, I think it's going to be fantastic, and they're coming out with another Five Nights at Freddy's game. So.
Nice. Are they?
And I love horror movies.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. I don't really like horror games, but I love horror movies.
You and Lincoln should come with me to go see it.
Oh, we're absolutely
in 4D.
Okay, so
I'm totally down with that.
Five Nights at Freddy is going to be PG-13. So
when did it release? Next month?
It comes out October 26th. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
October 26th. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna be like it's gonna be a smashing hit. I just think it's gonna be a cult classic. That's what I think it's gonna be. And then
If
We'll see.
Markiplier doesn't make a cameo, I'll be a little upset too.
Why would
I'm telling
Markiplier
you, man,
make
they're
a
gonna lean
cameo?
into that.
He's
the kids,
the one
dude.
that made it huge.
Oh,
The
back for the very
kids.
first one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dust said that. Okay, I'm like, okay, cool. Help Wanted 2. That's right. Help Wanted 2. I thought it was the VR game, though, wasn't it?
No, Help Wanted came out with the VR option. I did play it, and
Oof.
I have to have a babysitter again for it. Even if I sit down to play
Any
it.
VR game, you're going to need a babysitter.
I
to be
know.
fair.
Long story short, I ran into a wall head first. It was
Ooh,
bad. It cut
ooh.
my head. I fell into a trash can. I ran out the door backwards. I thought the door was shut, and I fell back. It was okay. I don't want to talk about
Personally,
it.
I just think that you should be banned from VR games. Because
Shut
of all
up.
that's
I
happened
sit
to you.
down now. Okay, I learned my lesson.
Okay, but
I think it's actually a younger audience. Bloop Bloop says, I think the most critical audience is the gaming industry and the core fan base.
Mhm.
But that fan base is pretty big, not only from those that
It's
play it, but like from
huge.
YouTube, these YouTube personalities and stuff. Kids
Mhm.
watch that stuff, so they're at least familiar with those characters, the lore, and stuff like that. I think. I don't know. I'm curious to see what the numbers
we'll
look
see.
like.
We'll definitely see. I
Yeah.
mean, we can.
We'll make
Like,
Davis eat his words.
I'm
$50
just-
it tops the it tops at the box office.
Dude, I'm not gonna say if it tops at the box office because, like I said, dude, like if it, like you would need it would need to be like
Put
the
your
gross,
money where your mouth is.
the
Is
gross
what-
amount. Like if we're gonna be lucky enough, the full amount of how much this movie was gonna make is gonna be over $100 million. I'll be surprised. Let's say that. Like if it's $100 million, I will be willing. I'd be willing
And
to
think
pay.
about it too. It's coming out October 26th. Even adults who have no idea what it is, they might see the trailer and go, hey, let's go see a new Halloween movie. Because in their mind, oh, it's spooky season. This must be a spooky movie. Let's go enjoy it, not knowing at all what it's about.
Yeah.
And we all know Markiplier was put in the hospital recently because he got fake blood in his eyes. Now he is making a horror movie, but was it because of that or because he possibly made a cameo and got squished into a suit, aka blood, and that's what caused him to conspiracy theory unlocked. You're welcome.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
but
thought it
anyway.
was gonna be like a show or something like on one of the streaming services. I didn't realize it was gonna be in
No,
theater.
which would be good. You remember Peter Pepper Pizza out here?
Yeah,
I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was basically the it was our version of Five Nights as Children.
What was the name of that Nicolas Cage movie that was like Five Nights at
that was so
Freddy?
good too. I can't remember.
I forgot the name of that movie, but that was actually a good
I can
movie
Google
too.
it.
That was the direct to DVD. That movie. If you haven't seen it, I believe it's on Hulu. If you haven't seen it, but that movie was actually pretty good too. So you need to definitely check it out.
Renfield? No.
No. I don't remember. It was like he was the
Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland. There we go. That was
I
a
am
good
not
movie.
familiar with
Nick
that.
ages that shit up, but he barely talks, which is
Yeah.
great. And it's
I don't think he
so
says a
good.
word. I don't think he says one word from it.
I think he says 2 words, and that's
Yeah, it was freaking great though. It was
He's
it was a
essentially the
great.
janitor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. I
Yeah.
have to
'Cause,
check
like,
that out.
His car broke down, and like he said, like that he could work for the repairs of the car, and then he just had to work like janitorial work at this one rundown place for a night, and it was just exactly like
Oh.
yeah, it was
And
good.
stupid kids break
interesting.
in, and
Yeah.
you gotta save
Very, very
them,
good.
and- yep.
All right, I'm just gonna close off on the topic here, and I just wanted to say because, like like what Lex said earlier, TGS is happening right now. I believe this is the last day of TGS. No, is it? Yeah, it is. The last day of TGS, 2023. And with it, there's a ton of announcements of games and stuff that they usually like to announce for these kind of for the event, and it's just too much to keep up with to deal with it. Actually, Jordan K is inside the chat right now, who actually went to TGS this year, and I would say like, but I was just thinking to myself, I was looking at the list of stuff because I was keeping an eye out on like the stuff that was actually worth kind of wanting to see and stuff that was coming that's overall, you know, if it like what people need to keep an eye out on. And then I just come to the realization, because like the release dates is so freaking tight at the beginning of the year. I don't know what's going to happen. It is unbelievable how many games are coming out now at a ridiculous rate. Because for instance, I believe right now Capcom did announce that they released they showed gameplay footage of Dragon's Dogma 2, which is a action role playing game from the original Dragon's Dogma that came out back in 2010. They finally made a sequel of it.
Are you saying Dragon's Dog?
Dogma.
Oh, I got excited. I was like, oh, a cute little dragon walking his little pet dog. How adorable. Never mind. I shut up now.
Close. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many different kinds of things like that was coming out that I believe is going to be coming out in February. And, but the big thing was I believe was Sega's announcement of, the next rendition of Like a Dragon, which is AKA Yakuza 8. I guess it would be Yakuza 8 at this point, that is coming out next year as well. That game is slated in literally at the end of January. And I was thinking to myself, okay, so wait, so this is a big release for Sega to be coming out at the same time. Tekken 8 is coming out 2 days before this game before the Yakuza game comes out, and then a week later Persona 3, a week later after that 2 weeks later after that, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I'm just thinking to myself, how is anyone going to have the time to do any of this? These kind of things. Because for me, I can't wait till for Like a Dragon 8, because this is because usually if you're not familiar with the Yakuza series, you played for the longest of time you played as Kiryu, Kazuma Kiryu, who was ex Yakuza member. It's always in the same area. It's in Ikebukuro in Japan. But this time, this is the first game that is actually the location is actually Hawaii. So it's in the U.S. That they've
Isn't this essentially they essentially rebooted the series?
They didn't reboot. It's still continuing.
They did not?
No, it's actually okay. Yeah, now Kiryu is actually an older man. He's black and he has gray hair and stuff now. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. Yeah, it's freaking insane on what's going to happen. The story is just continuing. They just changed the main character now, so it's you're playing another dude. So yeah, I mean, this that's one of the few games that's going to be coming out. Actually, I had a list here. I was just thinking to myself, man, there's just going to be so many games. Smitty, I know you tried to keep up with everything, and then the FOMO and stuff like that. What are your what are you thinking? What are your plans? What are your plans legitimately for January and February? What do you think?
I don't know. I need to start planning now, though, to be honest. Because there's a lot. This is where we thought, originally when the new generations were coming out and whatnot, and they had all those plans, and then the pandemic happened and everything, went to a screeching halt. Now we're getting this rollout of just these games that I don't know. I don't know when people you're gonna have to really be picky and choosy about what you play. I think this is a time too that these free-to-play models and stuff like that, I think they're going to be getting hurt because those take up a lot of time. And I think people would rather personally, I mean, some of that stuff is no problem, but I don't feel like there's a lot of room in that space anymore we were just talking about how Evil Dead is going to be shutting down their servers. And, if you're not able to consistently do that and generate this money, even though that was not a free-to-play game, they're just not, and things are tight in the tech sector. We saw again I'm spacing on their name. What's the European group over there? Embracer Group. They and Adios, or the dudes that did Crystal Dynamic, they got cuts to their team. Because again, with that deal that happened that fell through with Savvy Games, they are still making deep cuts. So right now in the industry, you've got to have either a solid IP that you're working on or something. I don't think that and as we can see, there's just so many great games that are not, they're single player games too. A lot of these are single player games. And I know at one point in time where people are saying, oh, single player games, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, yo, dude, like those to me are some of the best. They have stories. There's,
I prefer single player games. Yeah. I prefer more than I preferred the multiplayer, in my opinion, because I think you get more out of it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited. I at some point in time, I got to play the Yakuza series. I haven't even attempted. I've got some of them and stuff like that too, but you know, I know people, I've seen people play it and enjoy it. It looks like a lot of fun. So it's dope that, you know, there's more coming to it, and hopefully they're able to, you know, I'm loving the fact that things that are coming out, they've gotten past this feeling like they need to put stuff on the older generation. They're focusing on the next generation games and just doing stuff for that, which is what I thought would happen a couple years ago. But, you know, we're here now. So I'm like, look at this. They got man meat for people that want man meat, you know.
The way you're describing that, I really don't appreciate that.
We're talking about the trailer. This is the Yakuza trailer.
I know.
Let me give some context to the podcast listeners.
But I was just taking a look at the release trailer here. So look at this. Okay, so this is January 2024 right now. So we got besides the smaller games like Alone in the Dark, Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown, another Code recollection, which no one probably will know what that is, but it's there. Rugby 24, which I know you're probably going to reserve, Smitty. And then we got Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, which I think it's a big one. You got Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Tekken 8. So Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Tekken 8 come out the same day. And then you got Apollo Justice comes out the day before those two. Then after that, like literally a week or two after that, you got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, which is also a highly anticipated game. You also got Persona 3 Reload, which comes out February 2nd. So February 1st is February 2nd. It comes out the next day. And then the game that I completely forgot about, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, comes out February 2nd as well. And then
of all those, that's the only one I can see getting delayed. I think everything else, I mean, we haven't really heard anything in terms of people having issues with the games outside of those delays. Now, if somebody maybe decides to delay or even push forward their release date, I could see something like that happening as well, because that's insane to me that they're going to put that out on the same day. But I mean, at this point, when else do you put it out? There's so many good games coming out all the time. It's like you're going to run into something at some point in time. And I feel like the fighting game community, even though there's probably intermixing between the two, these are two very, like, I feel different genre of games. Yeah, but so I feel like it's kind of a different audience. I
think the problem is I see your point. It makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. But still, I just think like when the AAA game comes out, it's usually the mentality is we don't want to release it next to another AAA game, because it's going to be like we don't want it to compete directly to another AAA game, even regardless of the genre itself. Right. You got 4 AAA games that are coming out literally at the same time in 2 weeks, regardless in that. And I just think that the Suicide Squad one, I think at this point, I don't think there's no buzz at this point with this game, in my opinion. Comparatively to from now, since they showed the gameplay, not a lot of people were really
because it was trash.
Yeah, not a lot of people were feeling it.
That's the one I want to play.
Yeah, no, it was basically Anthem.
It was like an arena like shooter kind of thing. It's not even gonna be like it's not. It
didn't look good.
They might have changed it. Who knows? But
they might have changed it. That's why they delayed when they put that out, and everybody was like, "What is this booty sweat?"
Yeah,
they showed
the trailer.
Yeah,
and it was just a bunch of people shooting. It's like, you're superheroes or anti-heroes or whatever, and you've showed us 0 of their abilities. Like, this is like, what is this? They're flying around shooting guns at people. This is crazy.
The cutscenes that they showed specifically for this game was like, oh wow, this is gonna be a fun looking game. Then they showed the gameplay and they were like, never mind. I mean, that's essentially what happened. Yeah, I was like, I'm good. This is worse than Gotham Knights in my opinion. So like,
which is about to come out on Game Pass too.
Oh yeah, they needed to give it for free somehow. I'm just kidding. But then the biggest hitter of this is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Which is going to be for February 29th, the end of the month. But it's kind of funny. Like 2 days before that, Destiny 2 the final stage comes out too.
The final shape, dummy.
Oh, the final shape. Oh, okay. They're all the same to me.
It ain't all the same.
It's all the same.
Don't even think about it.
It's like, what's the plot of Destiny? It's Destiny and they're still destinying. I don't know. It's like, let's just go with
No, it's about to end. The Light and Dark saga is about to come to a conclusion.
Okay.
This is literally the final, and then basically they're going to be doing episodes or whatever after that. But I think I'm good after the final shape. I just want to see how it all ends. It's been a 10-year journey. A 10-year journey.
Okay, fair enough. It's just like, hey, it's like not enough Destiny. It's like your Destiny has.
Get out of here. I don't like their content. Like it's so yeah. I'm curious to see what they do with the episodes, but it's brutal. Like I'm barely getting by. I have no urge to play it outside of doing a story mission every week and then putting it back down.
If someone came to me and asked me, if someone came to me and asked me, hey, what's the plot of Destiny? And you just say Destiny stuff. And then you
one that's what somebody else told me too. They're like, just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, shut up. No, I'm playing it. I'm playing it. I don't care. I've committed.
He's right. Lex, what about you? What do you think about all these games that are coming out? Like, any plans or what you're planning on doing?
Nope. I've never played the Yakuza series. I probably will not be playing the Yakuza series. It's just not my cup of tea. Does it look like a great game? Absolutely. It looks fantastic. And so did a lot of the others. It never really spoke to me. I mean, I think the closest to Yakuza I would ever get is in the tattoo form. But other than that, I just, nope. I'm good. Suicide Squad, I was kind of excited for till you said that, so never mind.
You should see the trailer of we gotta show you the trailer. I started
watching it and with no sound, and I was like, this is this dude is boring, and I have no clue what he's saying, and 2, what? So I don't know. It's just man.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It is what it is, though. I mean, it's a disappointment. I know that's probably why they waited as long as they have, because I believe this game was supposed to come out like in May last year or this year.
It was.
Yeah. So
sometime.
it is. It like regardless of whatever they're going to do, they're going to just have to take the hit on that game. But but
and I love story-based games. I just like horror story-based games. Also, Ravage said, glad that the shirt got approval. He's not done finished tweaking, so just a heads up.
Oh, okay, cool. That would be a cool enamel pin though too when I think about it.
Dude, it would be so freaking sick.
Yeah, I think
my t-shirt design, y'all, is so cool. Y'all don't even know.
It's sick.
I should definitely wait.
Stole the other one from myself. I was like, that's going on. Now I'm like, wait, maybe I should trade you guys. The other one and take this one. It's so cool.
Well, that's messed up.
Sorry, hunting.
That is funny. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. I think 2024 is always going to come in strong already from a crazy ass start of the year. So many games to look forward to. It's like we just cannot get a break anymore. It's not even funny.
It's hard to keep up.
Time to play all these, and I literally quit my job to play games full time. That sounds like I'm a bum. I swear I'm not.
Hey, it's actually kind of funny. It's like, hey, you just created a job that you love, so there you go.
I did.
Yeah,
I like it,
folks. Thank you for listening to episode number 192 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week. But if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We release it every Monday morning on all podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. Or if you are a CFG member, which you can be a CFG member at the CFG.store, You can get it early, early, I believe tomorrow, but as early as tomorrow. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices.
Ooh,
guys, thank you so much, guys, and also be sure to go check out our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com. I've been tweaking it a little bit, so it actually has the new design layout on the website itself. So it's actually, so definitely, if you like what you see, please let me know. I'm going to tweak it some more and hopefully make it more optimized as always. But in the meantime, go check out confreaksandgeeks.com. But guys, once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing out. Y'all, take it easy.
bye.